Thanks for staying with us and welcome to the business segment. Nigeria's external reserve fell by $261 million in 15 days as the central bank marginally increased sale of forex in the investors and exporters window. The Apex Bank reveals Nigeria's external reserve is now $36.3 billion as at June 18, 2020. As at June 3rd, 2020, external reserve position of the central bank was $36.57 billion. A drop is in line with expectations considering the limited dollars earning due to stiff OPEC cuts and low crude oil prices. This has put Naira under pressure against other major currencies, particularly the dollars, since the fall of oil prices and the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. However, dollar shortages when it's impacting on the external reserve continues to be on the banner and widening the exchange rate of the investors and exporters window and the black market. Now, ratings agency S&P Global affirmed its AAA and A1 Plus long and short-term issuer credit assessment of the African Development Bank, that's the AFDB, with a stable outlook. The AFDB posted this on its website on Monday, indicating that the rating agency positively assessed the bank survey a strong financial risk profile, a very strong capital adequacy, strong funding and liquidity, extraordinary shareholder support, and adequacy of its governance and management. The rating agency noted the bank's $115 billion capital increase approved by shareholders in October 2019 and the replenishment to the African Development Fund, the bank's concessional window in December 2019. S&P Global said in a statement the stable outlook reflects its expectation that over the next 2 years, AFDB will prudently manage its capital while maintaining solid levels of high-quality liquidity assets and robust funding. The rating agency reports further noted that the AFDB will play a key role in supporting the region, particularly in the context of COVID-19. The institution approved an up to $10 billion relief package for 2020, of which $6.9 billion will be financed by the AFDB and the remainder through its concessional lending window. President of the bank, Akinwumi Adesina, said the bank's AAA and A1 Plus rating, it reflects the bank's very strong financial position and risk management, as well as the bank's sound governance. The African Development Bank Group is Africa's premier development finance institution. It comprises 3 distinct entities: the African Development Bank, that's the AFDB, the African Development Fund, ADF, and the Nigerian Trust Fund, NTF, on the ground in 41 African countries with an external office in Japan. The bank contributes to the economic development and the social progress of its 54 regional member states. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Monday endorsed Onyeabor-Okolie on position of Director General of the World Trade Organization for the period of 2021 and 2025. The West African leaders made their position known in a statement signed by the President of Niger, who is also the President of ECOWAS, Mamadou Sifo. The regional body also called on other African and non-African countries to do same. Nigeria on 9 June 2020 nominated Dr. Onyeabor-Okolie for the post of WTO Director General to succeed the current Director General, Roberto Azevedo, who has announced he will step down on 31st August 2020. Meanwhile, country coordinator, Open Forum for Agricultural Biotechnology, that's OFAB, Rose Gidado, says unless the federal government declares state of emergency in food production, Nigeria will face a severe post-COVID-19 food crisis. Speaking with journalists on Monday on the country's food system, the country coordinator advocated for the adoption of genetically modified organisms during and after coronavirus pandemic to ensure food sustainability. She says that achieving sustainable food supply in Nigeria under the COVID-19 era will be difficult without declaring a state of emergency in food production and adopting appropriate technologies in agriculture. According to her, whether or not the country will be able to recover from the looming food crisis will only depend on the type of approaches adopted. Gidado, who is also a Deputy Director of National Biotechnology Development Agency, disclosed that the technology of genetic modification of crops was a promising tool in mitigating the negative effects of the pandemic on food security. She further said that the application of GM in agriculture to great resistance plant resources had been used to achieve food security in some advanced countries. And now to stocks, the Nigerian Stock Exchange started the week on a negative note as investors lost 38.02 billion naira and all-share index dipping by 0.29% to 24,753.92 basis points. Market breadth closed negative as Japo Oil led 11 gainers as against 26 losers, topped by a NAMET that end of Monday's session. Market turnover closes negative, volume moved down by 28.62% as against 2.03% uptick recorded in previous session. Japo Oil guarantees and bank were the most active to boost market turnover. Guarantee and Kumo Oil topping market value list. The West Texas Intermediate sold for 39.76, up 0.03%. Brent crude sold for 42.31, while Body Light sold for 41.80, up 2%, 75%. Now, please be sure to subscribe to our official YouTube channel and follow us on our social media handles at Official AIT Live on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to stay up to date on today's biggest stories. That's Business Reports. I am Onyeabor-Okolie, and news continues.
It is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can